Perfect Companions by Godzillawolf. Chapter 5. Great and powerful pet! And for her next trick, Trixie requires a volunteer from the audience. Trixie announced. On the miniature stage, she somehow managed to get into Circuit Cube corner. Pinkie yelled, waving her arms frantically behind the assembled ponies at Rarity's cutiara. Trixie gave a slight chuckle. Sorry, Pinkie Pie. Trixie has another trick in mind you'd be perfect for. Rainbow Dash. How about you? Rainbow blinked in surprise. Me? Okay, I guess. Sure, Trixie was her friend, and she couldn't say she disliked the idea of being on stage, but she wouldn't put it past Trixie to prank her. Then again, Trixie probably felt the same way. The little pegasus flew up and landed on stage, keeping an eye out for a prank. Alright, Trix, what do you need me to do? Trixie did a dramatic gesture, and shades of emerged from behind the curtain, producing a deck of cards from nowhere, and spreading one with telekinesis. Pick a card, any card. Rainbow Dress cocked her head. A card trick? Really? Okay, I guess. She looked over the cards for any kind of ink or anything suspicious before she finally took a card in her mouth. As Trixie turned her head and closed her eyes. Now, show it to everybody else and put it back in. But don't show Trixie. Rainbow blinked, showed the ace of spades to the partygoers before returning it to the deck. Trixie nodded as Stage Hoof telekinetically shuffled the deck, then handed her Trixie's telekinetic grass a step back. Is this your card? She said, pulling out the Queen of Clubs. Rainbow Dash raised an eyebrow. No. Yes, one. Knight of Diamonds. No. Rainbow noticed there were chuckles coming from the audience, but didn't see anything funny. Oh, sorry. Oh, is that it? Rainbow Dash blinked and followed Trixie's hoof up to her forehead, where the ace of diamonds somehow stuck to it. When did... Trixie gave a chuckle. A good magician never reveals their secrets. Rainbow gave a small chuckle as Trixie floated the card back to her deck. Alright, you got me. Yes, Trixie did. Yes, her unicorn stated, with a small chuckle. But that wasn't the trick. Rainbow Dash blinked. Wait, what? Rainbow Dash blinked. Wait, what? Trixie pointed up again. Rainbow Dash once more followed her hoof and saw a curly pink mane in place of her normal colored one. Her eyes slowly looked over to see a giggling Pinkie now wearing her own mane. My mane! What did you... There had been no light from a spell, not that she saw anyway. Trixie chuckled, her horn glowing. The two manes returning to normal. Amazed! Rainbow waited a few moments to try and figure out what had happened before laughing. Okay, I'll admit it. That was a pretty good trick. The showmare and her assistant gave a theatrical bow. Thank you. Rainbow Dash returned to her seat and looked at Pinkie. Did you see how she did that? Pinkie shook her head. Meh, but I know one thing. What? It didn't involve oatmeal. Rainbow could only blink and confuse and stare at the party pony. Alright, Trixie. Twilight gave a chuckle. Let's see. I think we're all getting hungry. Trixie was about to respond when her stomach gave a loud growl, resulting in her face turning pink. Trixie agrees. Trixie looked around the group as they ate sugary sweets, laughed and talked, and generally enjoying a party in Rarity's honor. She couldn't help but thinking back to not long ago, when she was a big jerk. Hey! Stage Hoof was still helping Huff and Checker's slave, and well, she didn't have friends. At all. She couldn't help smiling as she thought of how much things had changed. But still, she couldn't help but feeling like something was missing. She had that feeling since he had come to the party. She just kept feeling left out. But she couldn't quite put her hoof on it. She looked around the group surrounding her. Twilight letting Alice sleep on her back. Rainbow Dash snuck a nuzzle from Tank. Rarity played with Opal using a fake mouse. Pinkie was letting gummy hang from her ear. Applejack took a moment to rub Winona's belly. Apple Bloom accompanied her. First was talking with Angel, and Spike was feeding Pee-wee some birdseed. Trixie looked beside her and saw a blank spot on the floor. Trixie, asked Twilight, giving a concerned look. What's wrong? Trixie jumped in surprise. Oh, sorry. It's nothing. Twilight gave a more serious look. Trixie! As your mare sighed. She knew well enough now that look meant If there's a problem, tell me. Trixie respects your devotion to your princess, Twilight. She gave a small smile, receiving one in return. Trixie guesses she's a little jealous, she guesses. Trixie's father only gave her anything besides the bare necessities unless she earned them, and her psychotic sister had her convinced that she was a complete failure in his eyes. So Trixie never thought to ask her father for a pet, even seeing ponies with their pets as a filly. Trixie just knew there was no point in asking for one, even if it looked fun. She admitted, looking kind of like a little foal, admitting she wanted a toy she knew someone didn't want her to have. Seeing you seven with your pets, having fun, being so happy. I think I want one. Before Twilight could reply, a gas erupted. Trixie fell out of her chair with a scream as she realized Fluttershy was somehow directly beside her.
Oh, really?
Exclaimed the Pegasus, completely overjoyed, toying.
You want a pet? Because I hear so many other wonderful possibilities at my house.
The showmare whined as the cream-colored Pegasus grabbed her by the shoulders, seemed intent on flying her to her house. What's happening?
Oh, I know you just love them, and they'll love.
Fluttershy suddenly stopped gussing.
Oh, sorry.
She set Trixie down.
This is Rarity's party. We can go afterwards.
Trixie blinked, nosing Rainbow Dash, stifling her laughter. Seriously, what just happened? After Rarity's party was finished, Fluttershy resumed carrying Trixie to her cottage. What Trixie was both annoyed by, but strangely couldn't help letting the mare's infectious excitement rub off on her. When the mare had seemingly assembled every one of her animals for consideration. Wait, Fluttershy, you just give Trixie a pet? The Azure Unicorn asked, cocking her head. Once the confusion from the whole situation wore off, Fluttershy nodded.
Yes, I love spraying the jellyfish animals. It's so nice. The ponies love them, and the animals love them, and every pony is happy.
Trixie blinked at Fluttershy's sudden excitement, before giving a warm smile. Once more, you surprised Trixie with your kindness, Fluttershy. She didn't know why it shocked her anymore, considering Fluttershy was literally kindness personified. Fluttershy blushed, slowly swinging her front hoof back and forth.
Thank you, but it's just what I do.
Trixie chuckled. Yes, Trixie knows. Now, does Trixie just pick a bet? She questioned, giving a look around at all animals. There's so many. The more she looked at the animals, the more excited she got. Timid Pegasus nodded.
Yep, wanna sing a song while we do it?
Trixie shook her head. No, unfortunately. Trixie's throat is sore from her show earlier. Her apologies.
Oh, okay.
Fluttershy replied, a bit of disappointment in her tone, but she quickly perked up.
Well, I've got all kinds of animals. There's so many. I think you'll love them all. But what kind of pet do you want? It's your pet, after all.
The Azure Mare put a hoof to her chin and smiled. Fluttershy's excitement mixing with her own, making her feel almost giddy. Trixie wants something bold, something exciting, and almost certainly must be eye-catching. The cream-colored Pegasus gave a thoughtful nod.
Oh, I got bunnies.
Trixie blinked as a group of bunnies hopped up around the Pegasus, and then smiled at her adorably. Yes, Trixie supposes Trixie could pull them out of the hat. But Trixie was hoping for something a little more exciting.
Oh, okay. How about a monarch butterfly?
Asked Fluttershy, a butterfly landing on her head. Trixie stared at it. Its wings made her felt strange looking at them. Better. What else?
What about toucans? Or peacocks? Or parakeets? Or foxes? Oh, I've got so many animals.
Trixie stared at the unfortunate animals as the three persons on her Fluttershy's extended forelegs, and a little fox peeked out rather shyly from behind the Pegasus. Trixie continued looking around the area, and the numerous animals, all of which came up from behind Fluttershy to look her over. There were so many choices. The more she looked, it felt like a fall in a candy shop. Any of these animals? Fluttershy gave a wide smile and nodded gleefully.
Yes, any of them.
Trixie took a moment to look at all the possibilities, imagining them next to her on the stage, or playing with her, or, well, pet things. She wasn't sure what they were, but knew it would be fun. Trixie doesn't know where to start. There are so many, but this is Trixie's first time picking a pet. She's not sure what to do.
Rainbow Dad said a competition to find her pet. Maybe you should as well.
Trixie blinked and tapped her chin. Trixie believes she has an idea. Twilight, I got a question. Yes, Rainbow? How did Trixie get a miniature stage in Fluttershy's backyard? Rainbow asked, looking up at the stage on which Trixie was getting ready to have her potential pets try out on. She held a quick hoof to stop clumsy Tank from crossing to her head. Twilight blinked. I don't know. Come to think about it, how did she get into Sugar Cube Corner? Who? Alice just asked, shrugging, then giving a yawn. Probably the same place Pinkie keeps putting down these theater sets from, Rarity commented, as Opal climbed up on the theater seat to get a look at the situation. Oh, Rainbow Dad's got the equipment for her test! She questioned, getting the Pegasus to rub her head with a chuckle. Pinkie just giggled, picking up Gummy and putting him on her head to watch. Rarity looked all of the animals ready for performance. Well, this seems like a win-win. I get to see another show. Trixie gets a pet. Sounds lovely. Yeah, just so Twerks is ready, Applejack replied, looking at the Asher mare, who had an energy about her that reminded her of when Trixie had gotten turned to a filly and was playing with the Crusaders. Look over to the three fillies, watching with rapt attention, reminded her how excitable a filly could be. She looks like a filly getting her first pet. Twilight gave a slow nod. Trixie had grown to love so much since he had met. Well, easy to forget that she had not really had a full hood like the rest of them. Her father had forced her to act more like a working mare than a little filly. A checker monarch. Twilight shuddered, remembering the, now officially diagnosed, sociopathic mare who controlled Trixie like a puppet almost her entire life. Between the two of them, Trixie really hadn't been having a full hood period. Things like asking her father for a pet, or even that first pet that taught you to take care of one. Those were things that seemed so normal, but to Trixie, they were new things she had never got to experience. Twilight could see why Trixie was so excited about finally being able to look for her first pet. Trixie looked from pet to pet. Some had been volunteers. She picked a few, and a few Fluttershy had chosen. Among them, a blue peacock and a scarlet macaw were catching her eyes. But still, this was her first pet. Why Russ? Cecil couldn't help but chuckle a little at Trixie's excitement. Having a good time, Trixie? Trixie gave a nod. Quite, stay tough. Trixie didn't think the possibility of getting a pet would make her so giddy. Stay tough nodded. Well, Fluttershy certainly seems to get excited whenever someone asks her for a pet. So, there must be something to it that gets ponies excited. Stay-Tough gives a warm smile. I hope you enjoy it, Trixie. You deserve it. Trixie smiled lightly, giving a small blush. Thank you, Stay-Tough. She declared her throat and turned back to the potential pets. All right, animals. You all wish to be Trixie's pet, correct? Announced the show mare in her typical dramatic fashion. Several animals gave a roar or a call in some sort of response. Trixie swerved as Peacock gave a smug smirk as it nodded. Trixie looked confident. Trixie liked that. Well, Trixie is a show mare, so if you desire to be her pet, we shall see if you have what it takes to join her on stage. Then Trixie gave a tiny giggle. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Welcome, one and all, announced Trixie, dramatically, appearing on stage on explosive fireworks. You're here to watch Trixie pick her pet, so let us begin the show. State of, will you please send in the first contestant? Trixie blinked, watching Stay-Tough put a fox on stage. Took one look at the crowd, whimpered, and rushed off before she could even start. Let me try a different one, the stallion stated, giving another look at the little fox as it kept watching from behind a fence. A few seconds later, the monarch butterfly was released to fly over the stage, a note being floated over Stay-Tough's magic that Trixie looked at quickly. Hypnosis. That is rather interesting. Alright, let us see what you can, Trixie said, staring at his wings, feeling dizzy for some reason. Let's see what you can. Stay-Tough blinked. I think we need to move on to the next one. He stated as Trixie seemed hypnotized by the butterfly. Besides, a butterfly may be a little too fragile for a magic act anyway. Fluttershy. Trixie takes it this was one of yours.
Yes. So sorry about that one time, and She wanted to make it up to you.
Trixie looked somewhat cautiously at the skunk in front of her. Was looked back there with a rather pleasant look. Thinking about it, the skunk was a big attention grabber, even to someone who didn't know what one was. Bold white stripes did draw the eye. Quite useful for a stage musician.
Alright, we can give it a shot. Your name's Sally, aren't you? The skunk nodded. Okay, let's see what you can do. Other than spray Trixie in the face.
Sally nodded, raising her tail slightly to show out the white stripes proudly, and nodded, looking ready to go. Trixie looked at the note Steel floated to her.
General assistant. Sounds promising.
While Steel was her assistant, he sometimes did take some of the tricks while the eyes were on her. Having another assistant meant more tricks he could do. Trixie took off her hat and sat down on the table she teleported in. Sally climbed her way onto the top of the table and waited patiently.
Alright, this hat is completely empty,
Trixie explained. Sally heavily directing attention to the hat with her claw.
And as you can see, Trixie's horn is not hidden in any shape and form.
She stated, the little skunk pointing to Trixie's horn with her tail. Trixie motioned for the skunk to hold up the hat for her, which she did. She reached in, keeping her horn in plain sight. She pulled her head out, holding Applejack's hat. Applejack blinked, reaching to her head and finding it gone.
What, Darnation? How did you do that?
Trixie chuckled, floating the hat back to the horn's mirror.
A magician never reveals their tricks.
Trixie smiled. This was going well.
Alright, next trick! Behold!
She announced, sitting on a fireworks stylist posing next to her.
Trixie, look out!
Stanislav yelled. Trixie turned and noticed Sally jumping in surprise and her tail shooting up.
Matter!
The mayor quickly teleported as the skunk sprayed the box she just teleported in.
Alright, we should probably move on and clean the stage,
the summer stated, putting a hoof over her nose along with everybody else. She frowned, noticing the skunk's disappointed look. Trixie looked at the macaw with a smile. This should be fun.
Impressions, this should be good. So, Trixie?
Sir Trixie! The macaw replied in a fairly good copy of her tone. Trixie chuckled. This might be useful for comedy performances.
Who else can you do?
I'm Fluttershy.
Trixie chuckled while the timid pegasus blinked.
That's pretty good. And next.
Trixie's a jerk! It said in a voice similar to Rainbow Dash's. Trixie blinked.
What? Trixie's a big, pompous jerk!
Rainbow Dash nodded her head nervously.
Yeah, remember when I used to hate you? Well, I kinda taught him to see that back. My bad. Sorry.
Trixie gave a dead expression.
Next. Alright, toucan,
said Trixie, looking at the bird.
Description. Background theory. Sorry, that attracted too much attention. Next!
Stacey watched the fox trying to get back on stage. Then check it out again. I'll try your hard behind the fence. Alright. Next. I got no feeling sorry for the little thing.
Ow! Stop it! Ouch! Bad chicken!
Spike blinked.
Fluttershy, is that the same chicken that beat her up before?
Yes, I want to see if they can make up.
Trixie sighed, holding an ice pack to her pecked head.
Alright, this has not been going well, but Trixie has a feeling she'll like this next one.
The blue peacock came on stage, spread its tail feathers wide, and gave a bow to the audience.
Alright, your note says star. Well, co-star would be nice. Alright, the first trick will be...
The peacock cut her off by opening his tail up in front of her and seeming to start doing some kind of dance. Trixie teleported aside.
The first trick will be...
Again, the peacock opened his tail in front of her to cut her off and kept up his performance. Trixie teleported again, giving a snarl.
Okay, let's try this again. The first trick is...
Third time ended the same as the first two. Trixie receiving a peacock tail to the face, and the peacock continuing his act, as in the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth.
Enough!
Yelled Trixie, stumping and teleporting aside.
Trixie has enough of this, you prideful, attention-seeking bird.
She screamed, causing the peacock to look scared.
Stop acting like... Well, exactly like Trixie used to.
Trixie suddenly went from stage to a bit of sorrow and guilt. Sorry, she muttered to the bird.
You just reminded Trixie a little too much of herself, the self she used to be. It upset her, and she was frustrated from the day.
Peacock blinked. Looking a bit surprised, it gave a slow nod. Fluttershy landed next to it and gave it a stern look.
That wasn't very nice, you know. Your Trixie wanted you to help her with your show and be her friend. You shouldn't try to take her over and make it all about yourself.
The peacock gave a guilty look. It squawked an apology before being nuzzled by his caretaker. Trixie then pinned her ears and looked down silent.
This isn't what I thought it would be. Why is this so hard? I just wanted a pet. This wasn't supposed to be hard.
Trixie sat down, pinning her ears. Fluttershy let the peacock think about what he had done, and fluttered over and put a hoof on her shoulder.
Trixie, not all of those animals would be impossible to train for your show. Having a pet is a lot of responsibility, but it can be worth it.
Cecil came to her side and gave a thoughtful look. Trixie, I've only been putting a lot of effort into our acts. An animal would take practice and training, but I think we can make it work, especially if the pet wants it too.
Yeah,
Called Apple Bloom, climbing up on stage with the rest of the CNC.
placing a pet to do tricks isn't as easy as down on the site. I gotta have practice.
Apple Bloom blinked as the elder mares gave her looks.
Well,
Trixie sighed, giving thought to what she was being told.
I guess I was a bit immature to expect it to be easy. Oh, wasn't I?
Yes, Sir Cream. You didn't have much of a forehead, so I think if April deserves her moments, let's see. Applejack said, joining her on stage with the rest of the girls.
Trixie looked down. Maybe Trixie has been looking at this the wrong way.
So did I, really, said Rainbow, like tangling her back.
I wanted a fast pet. Look what I ended up finding. I got him as a friend. It was only after that I figured out a way for him to fly with me. You gotta stop looking for a prop. Look for a friend first. Then work on getting them to be able to do tricks with you.
Trixie looked at Tank flying around his little machine. She got a good look at Gil on her face.
Trixie thinks he understands. Perhaps Trixie needs to try this again, with a bit more open mind.
Twilight nodded. Good idea. At least some of those animals might be trained to work, and a few of them actually seem to like you. Trixie nodded slowly.
Though perhaps Trixie needs a little bit of training herself,
she admitted, swinging her hoof sheepishly. She stopped being afraid to ask for help, but it still didn't come easy as the proud unicorn. Fluttershy gave a good grin.
Oh, I'm glad to help. It'll be so much fun.
Stacy chuckled, giving a smile. I'll help you too, Trixie. What are friends for? The others nodded in agreement. Trixie gave a wide smile to her friends.
Well, Trixie would appreciate that. Thank you all.
Trixie looked back at the animals she passed over, giving it a thought. Tell her very quickly.
Trixie would just like to say, sorry for treating you like props instead of potential friends,
she said, looking down sadly. The animals seemed to accept it very well.
Thank you. And now, let's try this again,
she said, giving it more thought. Peacock had been one she had highest hopes for, but he ended up being a complete jerk, even if. And the insane Ninja Chicken was definitely out, and was still glaring at her menacingly. But what about the others? She looked over and down for giving each a thought. They gave a happy smile. It was hard to pick. Finally, Trixie smiled.
Trixie thinks he's made her pick,
she said, trotting over and petting Sally.
She did go to the trouble of trying to make it up to Trixie for spraying her once. So Trixie knows he'll be a good friend, even if it takes effort to condition her to the fireworks. I'm sure he'll be worth the effort.
Sally gave some happy chatter and nuzzled her hoof. It was about as high as she could reach. To Trixie's relief, the other animals seemed to congratulate the skunk, including the little fox. Though Trixie noticed the timid little vixen looked disappointed. She looked over to Fluttershy.
So, when can Trixie begin learning about her new pet?
She asked, as her new pet skunk cuddled up to her. True, a skunk would take a bit of time and effort, but Sally had shown good potential and seemed to want to be her assistant. Since she wanted to be an assistant, Sally probably would put in effort as well.
And perhaps some help conditioning her to deal with the fireworks.
Oh, as soon as you can. I got all kinds of tips and advice.
Cecil smiled as he watched this, then to the little vixen slinking off disappointed.
He couldn't help but giving a cynical look to the poor thing. The stallion tried over to Fluttershy. Fluttershy, that little fox over there. Fluttershy looked a little sad.
Oh, yes, she's a little sweetheart. She's always gotten well along with me, but, well, she's really sad. I know she wants a home, but she's always had trouble making a good impression.
Status looked over the little fox. It gave him a nostalgic look. I can relate.
Dear Princess Celestia, today I learned a valuable lesson about friendship. Friendship, rather with a pony or a pet, isn't a one-way street. You can't expect it to work unless you put effort into your own into it. Expecting the other one to do all the work is unrealistic and foolish. If you want to be a good friend or a good pet owner, you've got to be willing to put in the work along with it. Your subject, Trixie Lunamoon, a Midsummer.
Trixie smiled as she gave Sally her food and began to brush her coat carefully, making sure not to hurt the skunk in the process. She looked over at the cabinet of tomato juice she had accumulated, then the various changes to the room she made to make it safer for the pet, such as keeping anything that Sally might get hurt by out of her reach. The skunk now had a pink collar around her neck, with proper identification.
Oh, no, that's so cute! Trixie hopes she's doing well. What do you think, Status?
Status smiled and nodded. Fabulously, he replied before looking back at the little fox riding on his back. Don't you think so, Violet? The fox gave a little simple nod and grin. Trixie smiled slightly, looking at the clock.
Oh, we're late for planning playdate. Sally.
So yes, getting a lease for Sally. Stacy chuckled, opening the door. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
The end.
And according to the author's note, before I begin with the review, according to the trivia, Trixie was supposed to get Violet. But this made more sense. And as much as I would have loved to have Trixie have a complete opposite of her pet, much like how some of the other girls have opposites to them, like, say, Fluttershy and Angel, or Rainbow Dash and Tank, I kind of do enjoy the fact that her skunk is something that wanted to make amends, and it does feel kind of like it fits well within the themes of getting back on her hooves. Also, I don't know why, but I like the idea that Trixie has a smelly, yet adorable, somehow annoying, very easy to aggravate and startle pet as a partner.
What are you saying?
Nothing. Just that I think Sally is adorable in all actuality.
It's freaking cute.
And yes, I do like using Sally in my stories, even if the show never does. Sally is Trixie's pet, and nobody can say any differently. So on to the review. Well, what can I say? While there were some small editing and grammar mistakes here and there, this, much like Godzillawolf's other work in this universe, is great. Everybody is in character, no exaggerations, and no canon defilement to be found. It follows well from the other story, using some of the other themes, while at the same time we get to explore our mains. And each story feels especially tailored to each one of them. Either from Applejack's honesty and the ability to be a strong mare, to Rarity's generosity being on the forefront, or Fluttershy's overwhelming will and kindness. Because once again, we gotta remember how strong Fluttershy is on the inside. Shoot, even the end part with Trixie did feel a little bit like similar to Find a Pet, Made the Best Pet Win. It still managed to stand on its own normally. Now, excluding the bonus chapter, which stories were my favorite? Applejack and Pinkie Pie. Fluttershy's on the low rank, but only because I found a comic that told how Fluttershy got Angel that actually blows this one out of the water. If I can remember to find the link, there's actually a good reading of that story, and it involves Fluttershy using the stare on a diamond dog to shove it off of poor little Angel after his mom died.
And it is so cute and sweet and awesome all in the same light. But yeah, this fic has been pretty dang great. Although, it does raise a whole bunch of questions for me. Like, for example, how would the later episodes work with Trixie in it? From season 4 on down. Would there be references to Checker? How would some of the series' episodes change? Trixie lives in Ponyville by the time in this story, so how would some of her reactions be different to the others? We would probably still get some episodes based on her, but how would her interactions be? Would we see her having to deal with Flim and Flam? Would she be the one to give Twilight her final key instead of Discord? Discord's another gut elephant in the room. Sorry about that, Francine. Why, yes, I just saw Zootopia a couple days ago. How did you guess? How would Discord be affected? Because, remember, in this fic, Discord gave them all nightmares. So, would that even add more to Twilight's distrust in Discord? How would the Keys quest work with Trixie on board? As No Second Princess. That episode can't possibly exist due to the fact that Trixie is now a friend of theirs. It can't work anymore. So would Starlight still befriend Trixie the same way? Or would Trixie see Starlight feeling left out and Trixie decide, because Starlight's own overwhelming fears, and Trixie decides to help out and they bond that way? Would they end up going on a double date with Stagehoof and Sunburst? You leave Trixie and Starlight ship out of this. There's a couple of questions that this brings up. However, I feel like those are moot in comparison to the fact that we did get a great story that really did feel like a short little episode. So, Trixie, we actually have a request on the forum, but before I start up with the next episode preview, yes, we actually have a request. Star Style Productions, seems to actually want your opinion on the finale and some of the events that has happened in the story. Well, thank you for your request. As for this fic in general, Trixie is grateful that it gave her a little pet to play with, something to enjoy her, and a little partner. Trixie's also grateful for the fact that this fic... I made a partner with you. What was that? Trixie's glad it helped lead to our little partnership we've got going here. And that you're her friend. There! You happy? Trixie got all mussy. There! You want a reward? You want... Nah, Trixie. I'm glad you're my partner, too. As for the finale, Trixie was eternally grateful that the producers finally let her in. After all she had in the previous finale was the kidding remark was a 5-second cameo in the background. However, if Trixie were to have a complaint, it would be this. Trixie did not get enough screen time, and it was not the hero of the day. Oh, sir, Chrysalis had that whole anti-magic barrier. But, in order to make Starlight look good, they had to say that Trixie could be easily handled by anti-magic. Well, we all know that Trixie is a mistress of being unable to use magic that did not require a sleight, that still requires a sleight of hoof. However, Trixie is glad that she had a little time to be a heroine for once. Now, Trixie could have an entire episode to herself dedicated to how awesome and spectacular she is. And if any of you out there actually want Trixie to comment on the episodes, or me to actually have a Trixie reacts type of video to, say, the first 5 seasons and some of the episodes that don't feature her, go ahead, please respond in the comments. I would love to see what happens, and who knows, maybe I might actually do a separate video series where I have a plus of Trixie telling you how she feels about each episode. Might actually even be kind of fun. Heck, we can even get the Ludiverse cast in.
Oh, Trixie wonders.
Anyway, that was one down. And next on our wonderful list of pony fix, we have... Ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dum-dum. Ba-ba-bum. Da-da-dum-dum. Ba-ba-ba-da-dum. He is one of the greatest adventurers of our time. A man with a whip and a incredible sense for archaeology. He is Indiana Jones. She is a mare of unstoppable will, unflappable courage, and heroism. Her name is Daring Do. Together, they find artifacts, secrets of the world's greatest secrets, and delivers of world's great treasures. However, tomorrow begins an adventure that neither one of them could ever expect. My head. What the? A talking pony?
Hi there. I don't know who you are, Mr. Jones. Oh, where am I? Who are you?
Who am I? You're a talking pegasus. Indiana Jones. Daring Do. And an adventure of all time. Dun 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 dun, bum ba bum, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun. Of Whip and Wing, featuring Harrison Ford. And probably somebody cool as Daring Do, I haven't quite decided. And a crossover you never expected me to read. I'll see you next time.